Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So I thought that we would have a crochet and chat today. I haven't done one of these for a little while, and I just thought that while I'm busy crocheting away, that I would spend some time with you. Sorry, I was just checking my pattern then because I haven't made one of these for a little while and I want to make sure that they're correct because they're going to go to the charity. So if you've been here a little while, you will know that I am making rainbow hexagons, and that is for the charity Needles, Hooks, Angels and Premies, I believe, which is a charity here in the UK where they have lots of hospitals and other places that require things to be crocheted and knitted and sometimes sewn and quilted, which they then distribute with their own money, their non-profit, to get these items to those that need them the most. Now I'm doing 7 different colours and they are 6 round hexagons. I am using the pattern that they provided. I'm currently using hot pink, so Manfa's Loving Life, because you know that pink is one of Manfa's favourite colours. And I have been doing this for quite a while now, and I am really eager to get all the colours crocheted up so that I can finally send them in. So we are just going to sit and crochet and chat together, but I really do like the thought of, you know, my yarn, my time is going to be really well received and loved and appreciated by the recipient. So basically all of these hexagons that I am making, I will send them off just as loose hexagons, and then at HQ they will sew them together and make little rainbow blankets, and the rainbow blankets will be given to parents who have just had a baby, a rainbow baby, and that means a baby born after the loss of a child or the loss of a pregnancy. And it's just their way of marking that special precious little bundle into the world. And I am more than happy to make rainbow themed things, but also knowing that it will be treasured by a precious little bundle and their family. So yeah, it gives me a little nice tingle in my tummy knowing that I'm helping people, and that my craft supplies and my makes are going to go somewhere where they're put to good use. So yes, I will do other bits and pieces for this charity as the year goes on as well, but at the moment I'm just making these hexagons in between my bigger projects as a little bit of a palette cleanser because they don't take very long, and I obviously have other projects that I need to get off my hooks because of time constraints. But whenever I do have a spare little minute or two, I will make a hexagon or two, and then eventually all of my yarn will be crocheted up and I can get them sent off. I am actually using one ball of each colour, and a little while ago I did an episode of Have You Ever Wondered to see how many of these 6 round hexagons I can get out of one skein, and it came out as 10 per skein, which is a lovely round number. So there will be 70 hexagons eventually going off to NHAP, which is amazing. I don't know how many of the hexagons they put into each blanket, but there's going to be at least one blanket, if not more, which is amazing. And it's using up some of my stash as well, so happy days. Let me see, so I'm on the hot pink and I still have the skein of blue. Oh, it's got tangled. The skein of blue to do and the skein of purple. bundle. So I have done 4 colours completely. I am part way through the 5th, and then I have 2 more colours to go. So I still have a little way, but these hexagons will be used whenever they are completed, and I'm not pressuring myself. Like I said, I am just using it as an in-betweeny project, because once you get into the flow of making them, you don't really have to refer to the pattern anymore, and it's mindless and happy and going to a good cause. And it means that I can do videos like this where I'm chatting to you, not having to count or really focus. So yeah, it ticks a lot of boxes for me, but mostly that a little precious bundle is going to be wrapped up in my crochet love. So that is what we are getting up to today. My camera is going to make it look more red. It is not. It is the brightest hot pink you can imagine. My camera is rubbish at picking up colours accurately, but that's okay. I know what colour it is. So yeah, so how are you all doing? Let me know down in the comments. Are you all okay? Been up to anything exciting this weekend? I have had a weekend at home, but we have managed to get a lot done. The children are requesting pocket money, and I have the attitude of, if you want money, you've got to earn it, because when you go out into the adult world, you have to do a job to earn your wage. So if you want some pocket money, I will find some jobs for you to do to earn that pocket money, which all 3 of them, the 3 boys, have been doing this weekend. So both gardens have been strimmed or weed whacked. I don't know how you say that. And then raked up, and the grass bagged up, and the path swept and tidied and things. So they've earned themselves a little bit of pocket money, and my gardens aren't looking like overgrown jungles anymore. I managed to get out into the garden and wash off my washing line, because it's got a bit grimy over the winter. We have had literal 7 months of solid rain, so that was absolutely filthy and covered in algae. So I gave that a good scrub down, and I'm now able to start pegging my washing outside, which isn't exciting to most, but it is to me, because when you're a family of 6 and there are school uniforms and work uniforms, and then just the general clothes, sometimes towels and bedding, my washing machine is constantly on, guys, and I do about 3 to 4 loads of laundry a day. And when you haven't got the opportunity to hang it outside, it can become very much like a laundrette or a laundry in here, with clothes hanging everywhere, and it just doesn't dry as quickly on areas in the house as it does outside in the breeze. Now, it's not super hot, it's not super sunny, but it's dry enough for the clothes to be blown through, and then I can bring them in and just finish them off in the tumble dryer. So that is cutting down the drying time, and I'm managing to get through my laundry a bit quicker. So that makes Manfa a very happy girly. And then hopefully the weather will just improve and get warmer, so I can keep on top of that a bit better. So that was another good job done, and I've ploughed through a bit of my laundry. I've still got a bit of a backlog. I'm not Wonder Woman, but we're getting there. What else has happened? I've managed to give myself a bit of time off this weekend. I gave myself Friday off, so there was no crochet catch up, but there will be double bubble crochet catch up this Friday to make up for it. And I also took the decision not to go live. I'm really sorry about that, guys, and thank you to those of you that have reached out just to check that I'm okay. I am absolutely fine. I am just very, very tired, and there's been a couple of really hard days in last week at work, and I just needed time to kind of process and decompress and de-stress. And when I get like that, it sounds awful, but I just don't want to be around people, and I didn't want to be on camera, on a live, trying to fake that I was happy and bubbly and my usual self when I really wasn't. I didn't want to concern anyone, and I just needed to take a little bit of time out. So I do apologise for that. I had to do travelling on Thursday for work. It was a really long day. I was absolutely exhausted. There hasn't been management in this week properly, so a lot of extra duties were put on me this week that I don't normally have to do or think about. There was a little bit of an incident that kind of frightened me a little bit, which I had to kind of get over. But I am absolutely fine. I have come to no harm. I am just a little bit stressed and a little bit tired, and I just decided to take myself away for a little bit just to sort all that out. And also the boys were supposed to go with their dad this weekend, but that didn't happen. So it's been a really busy weekend with all the children home, hence getting them put to task and doing jobs so that they could earn some pocket money, bless them. So it's been a busier weekend than what I had envisaged, which obviously drained my energy a little bit more as well. So yeah, apologies that I didn't go live, but I don't want to give you a crappy version of myself. I didn't want to talk about it or explain anything, and I just wasn't in the right headspace. So I think when I'm like that, it's just easier to kind of stay away for a little while. I'm also finding that with my new routine and with everything else going on, my energy levels aren't quite where they need to be, and sometimes I just cannot commit to my Saturday live, which is absolutely gutting because it is my favourite type of content, and it's my favourite time when I get to interact with you all in real time, but I don't want to do that if that's going to make me stressed and pressured as well. So I think from this point forward, you're all just going to have to keep an eye on my channel and see if a live is scheduled on a Saturday. If it is, it means I'm planning to come on. If it isn't, it means I'm taking the night off. Because also, I got very little crochet done last week, like very, very little. And I took the opportunity to get some good quality crafting time in, like I tell you all to do, so that I could catch up on a few things, get some progress on a few things, and take the busyness out of my brain of you still got this to do and you still got that to do and you're behind on this and this is due in the next couple of days and you haven't even started it. So I was decompressing about real life stuff while crafting to catch up on my channel stuff and personal makes that I want to do. And that has helped me feel a little less, well, it's made me feel a little more calm, a little more in control, a little bit more up to date, a little less pressured and stressed, and that can only be a good thing, right? I say look after yourselves, I say get some good quality time in. A lot of you guys who are podcasters tell people to look after themselves, you know, take some time for you. You know, if you don't look after you, you can't look after anyone else. Give yourself some grace. All of those things encompass what I needed to do this weekend. So one last time, I do apologise, and to make it clear, I am not going to promise that I'm coming on every Saturday because it is just a little too much for me at the moment. I will come on when I have the energy and when I am able to, but I am not going to put that pressure on myself either because I'm just a little bit concerned with how intensive my job is and also keeping up with content for the channel. I'm going to hit burnout, and I really don't want to hit burnout because then I'll just disappear completely and have no content for you. I just won't be, my channel won't have anything new uploading, and I love my channel and I love everyone that comes to visit with me, and I don't want to get to the stage where my channel starts deteriorating and just going downhill. So I'm trying to nip it in the bud now before it gets to that stage, so that hopefully I can maintain my channel how I need it to be and how I want it to be, and not feel like that's another chore as well. Because this is for fun, guys. This is me sitting with you, chatting, showing you some of the things I've been up to, doing some of the segments that you know I do regularly, with you, you guys that feel the joy of crochet as well, experience the joy, love looking at the pretty things, looking for inspiration, looking at the unboxings and the yarn hauls and just having a good time, but really appreciating everything behind it. Whereas most of the people in my real life don't understand the thrill of new yarn. They don't understand the thrill of a new pattern or project you're getting on your hooks, or the thrill of completing something that you've been working on for quite a number of weeks and it's finally off your hooks and ready to gift or ready to use. You guys do that for me, and I want to make sure that I am the best version of me for you. So I'm just putting a few little things in place to make sure that I am exactly where I need to be, and that I am not pressured, exhausted or burning out, because that's just no good. It's no good. I'm just going to take a sip of my tea. Oh, I love my tea. You know I love my tea. Literally, tea is life for Manfa. So yeah, I just wanted to come on and explain that a little bit, because I did feel really bad and I did feel a bit guilty. Just check. I'm just going to count my rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My goodness, I've only got one row to do and this one's done. I may even get 2 done with you. How fantastic. Also, if you hear life noises, it's because everybody is home. Mike is preparing a lovely roast beef dinner for us. One of the children is still finishing off one of the gardens. And yeah, so there's a little bit of hustle and bustle. You might hear the washing machine and things like that. But that's because, guys, I have a busy home with 6 people that live here. So I film when I can and they try and be quiet, but there are just some things that you can't be quiet whilst doing, and that's okay. It proves that we are a hustling, bustling, real life family, right? Yeah, so now that I've got that off my chest, I feel a little bit better, and I hope you all can understand. I would also like to mention that I did get a really super sweet email from one of you. She will know who she is, telling me not to stress about it, not to worry about it. She doesn't want to see me hit burnout. She wants me to look after myself. And I really, really did appreciate that email, because it kind of confirmed to me that all of you are going to totally understand and would rather that I just do what I can do and not have any negative consequences for pushing myself too hard or trying to get too much done. So that was amazing. Thank you. You know who you are. I also would like to give a big shout out to my Yarny family that I have here, my Yarny sisters, my YouTube mum, because a few of them realised that it was getting close to 9 o'clock on my live night and there was nothing scheduled and I hadn't said anything, so a few of them kind of checked in with me just to make sure that I was okay. And I'm sorry if I worried any of you. I didn't mean to. I was just getting in the flow of catching up on some of my crochet stuff, and it didn't even occur to me that I hadn't let anyone know. I should have put up a community tab post and I didn't, so I do apologise. I am absolutely okay. It's just from time to time I need to take a bit of a step back, and that's all this weekend was. But yeah, other than that, I have managed to catch up on quite a few things. I have managed, spoiler alert, okay, if you don't want to listen, either turn your volume down or put your fingers in your ears. But yeah, spoiler alert, I have finally finished that monstrosity of a tile from last week. I am in the process of weaving in ends. I did toy with sitting here weaving in ends with you, but I thought that might be a little bit boring. At least if you're seeing me crochet, it's a little bit more interesting. I've got about a quarter of the tiles ends to still weave in, so once that's done, that will be a massive weight off of my plate. I've still got this week's to do. I'm filming this on Sunday the 14th of April, so I've still got this week's to do, but we're back to traditional crochet. It's only 8 rounds, so even though it's a different shape, it's not square, I've got every confidence that I will be able to get all the ends woven in on last week's and the new one done tonight. So tile of the week is wrapped up in a pretty little bow, ready for Thursday, which again will take some of the pressure off me. And that will mean that I can concentrate on a few other things. Another spoiler alert, I have managed to finish the item that I was making for Christina, so that will feature in this week's crochet catch up. And I'm not going to say what it is because she might be watching this. So yeah, Christina, if you are watching this, please don't watch Friday's video, otherwise you'll spoil it for yourself. And I promise that will be the last video for a little bit that you can't watch. So yeah, I managed to finish Christina's item. I also managed to finish the other Christina item that some of you may have seen. It isn't crochet though, it's the non-crochet item for Christina that I've managed to finish, which means I can finally start thinking about boxing up all of Christina's birthday goodies because I'm super late getting that out. Another spoiler alert, I have managed to get one impkin done completely, all sewn together and exactly how it needs to be, but I do have the second one still to complete, so I'm halfway with the impkins. They will not be shown on Friday, they will be shown not this week that you're watching this, but the following week for the reveal. So will I get the twin done? Who knows? I hope so. So yeah, I managed to get that one complete and feel a little bit less stressed that I've still got lots to do for the impkins. I've only got, it's still quite a bit, but I've only got one to focus on now, not two. So that's helped me feel like I'm a little bit more in control. What else have I managed? And this is all really, guys, since Friday, and we're on Sunday. So yeah, from Friday I managed to complete both Christina items, one impkin, last week's tile. That's not bad for a couple of days. And like I said, hopefully by the end of today, the Sunday that I'm filming this, I will complete the tile from last week and like get all the ends sewn in and do this week's, which means the very limited time I get of an evening during the week, excuse me, I should be able to get some new things on my hooks and to work on my super secret hug that I am making and other bits and pieces like that. So yeah, I'm just thinking and feeling that by taking that little bit of time out, I have actually managed to get back on track and back on schedule. I still have to think about what I'm going to make for the last Moo's Flower Power Cal entry. It's the last month and I haven't even thought about that yet, and I'm very conscious that we are speeding towards the end of the month already. But I won't let Moo down. I will think of something. Here we go, look guys, one completed hexagon while chatting to you. How amazing is that? So yeah, I've got to find a project for that and I've got to get that done before the end of the month. But then because that is the last entry for that year-long make-along, that will be going forward one less, not pressure, but one less commitment that I've got every month. That's a good word. Which will relieve things a little bit more as well, free up a little bit more time. But I have loved doing it. Moo, it's been an amazing mal if you're watching. I will link Crafty Moo Sarah down below. If you're not familiar, go check her out. You're probably a little bit late in the game to do her hashtag Moo's Flower Power Cow, but she's got other awesome stuff on there for you to check out. and she is always welcoming to new yarny friends and family. So yeah, go check out Moo if you don't know Moo. She is one of my near dear friends. I love her so much. So yeah, I will link Moo down below for everyone. Yeah, so I can possibly get that done. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see how the week goes. I'm just sewing in my ends, guys, if you're wondering what I'm doing. Yeah, so I'm getting there. I'm feeling productive. I'm feeling less pressured and bogged down with everything that I've got on my to-do list. I'm feeling like I've managed to get a few jobs done at home as well, because that kind of has slipped a little bit with my intensive work routine and still adjusting. It's going to take me quite a while to adjust, guys. I think it's not going to be a quick adjustment like I thought it might be. It's quite a lot to get my head around, but it's all right. It's okay. I'm loving it for the most part. I do have my challenges though, and that's just me being honest. So there we go. I've just sewn in the ends. There are no ends to be seen. That is not the correct colour at all. It is hot pink. But then my lighting is a bit rubbish today as well, so that's not helping at all. So how many pinks have I now got? 1, 2, 3. Any more for any more? No, I don't think so. So I've only actually done 3 hot pinks. So I've still got 7 in the ball and 2 full balls to turn into 10 hexies. So yeah, still a little way to go on this project, but that's absolutely fine. I don't think I want to start a second one because I don't want this video to be too super long, because as usual I have internet issues. It did make me laugh. I was watching someone yesterday say that it took over 6 hours for them to upload a half an hour long video, and I'm thinking, girl, that is amazing, because my videos, even a 10-minute long video, can sometimes take all overnight and some of the morning as well. A 10-minute video has sometimes taken upwards of 10 hours. So then when I do make half an hour long plus videos, they can take a couple of days to upload. So I'm really sorry that it was frustrating for you that a half an hour long video took 6 hours, but I would be well pleased with that. So yeah, it did make me chuckle a little bit, but everyone's circumstances are different, right? It's fine. I'm not like being funny about it. It just made me chuckle because I'm actually jealous. Yeah, so yeah, let me know. Did you get up to anything exciting this weekend? What have you got on your hooks currently? Have you discovered any yarns that you've fallen in love with? All those things, let me know, because I did miss, even though I wasn't in the right place for the live, I did miss going live, because like I said, it is some of my favourite, well, Saturday nights are my favourite time of the week, and I do miss being able to interact with you in real time, but I just couldn't this weekend, and I hope you understand. So yeah, let me know all the things that I normally ask on my lives. Let me know how you are and what you've got going on. I would really appreciate it. But I am going to hop off because I have a couple more videos to film, so I will be dressed the same for the next couple of videos. Oh, no, we can't go just yet. I've just realised I'm supposed to insert the April pattern giveaway, the hidden pattern giveaway that I'm doing monthly. We've done 3. This is the 4th one for April. So if you've made it this far, congratulations, because you now have the chance of an opportunity of winning a pattern from Ravelry up to the value of $10. How exciting! So the only stipulations I have got for this, guys, is that you do need to have a Ravelry account so that when you have chosen your pattern, if you are the winner, I can literally gift it straight to your account. I never see it. I never get the chance to read it or keep a copy for myself. I just literally buy it and send it straight to you. And some of the patterns the last 3 winners have picked have been absolutely stunning. And it just makes my to-do list get ever longer because you guys are just such an inspiration. But anyway, yes, and it has to be up to the value of $10. Now, if you see a couple of less expensive patterns and you want 2 or 3, as long as you don't go over the $10, you can have 2 or 3. You don't have to stick to one. Or you might want one of the more expensive ones that you're just a little bit like, oh, I can't justify buying that. But because I want it, I can have it. Do it however you want, guys. If you're the winner, you can either have one of the more pricey ones up to the value of $10, or you can have maybe 2 or 3 of the less expensive ones. If you play your cards right and you can find patterns that are only $1, you can have up to 10 patterns, just saying. But you do need a Ravelry account. Nobody is sponsoring me. I am not affiliated with anyone. Ravelry don't know I do this. This is out of the kindness of my heart, out of my own pocket, and because it's electronic, it saves on shipping costs and all of those things. So that's why we're doing a monthly pattern giveaway on my channel. So it's from me. I will never get a copy of the pattern or keep a copy of the pattern. It will get sent straight to your Ravelry account. So please do make sure you, if you enter, that you do at least have a Ravelry account or sign up for one. Doesn't cost you anything, doesn't take super long to set up, and it just makes things a lot easier. And honestly, guys, Ravelry is an amazing source of patterns. So have a think about it, sign up for it. Anyway, what have you got to do to win this pattern? Let's think. I am going to do a keyword, and I'm going to do my usual. When the comments come in, if you have included that keyword, I'm going to put you on a list with a number assigned to you, and then I will get the person that lives in my phone to pick the lucky number at some point in another video next week. So if you want to have the chance of winning the pattern, please, somewhere in your comment, do not say giveaway. Don't give the game away. I want to keep it hidden, and I want to keep those trolls away from this, okay? Just make sure that you include the word weekend. Include the word weekend, W-E-E-K-E-N-D. And if you mention the word weekend, then I will put you on the list to potentially win, and I will pick that winner on another video next week. So if you get comments saying that you've won, it is not me. I pick my winner live on a video for you all to watch. So there we have it. I hope you have a brilliant week to come. I hope you've enjoyed visiting with me briefly today. I hope you understand my reasoning for the last couple of days. Again, apologies if I worried or concerned any of you. That was never my intention, and I am okay. I promise I am okay. I just need to take a step back from time to time, and I'm sure you can appreciate that. Lots to come this week. Let me get my planner open. Let's see what you've got. So I'm going to do a Spreading the Yarny Love tomorrow. On Wednesday, there is a super special video that you might want to keep an eye out for, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Then, of course, Tile of the Week on Thursday, and then a double bubble crochet catch-up on Friday. And then on the Saturday, you're going to have another ride in the car with me. So lots to come. And like I said, just keep an eye on my channel to see if I schedule my live. If it isn't there, I'm probably not going. If it is there, I look forward to seeing you there. But anyway, guys, we've got a fun and fantastic week ahead of us. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Like I said, thank you for being here. And until I see you tomorrow, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one, or around the YouTube streets. Bye, guys. Love you loads.